All right, everybody, happy Sunday night. Welcome to Music on the Menu on the River. Alan K. Stout. I come here every Sunday from 9 to 10 o'clock, bringing you regional artists doing their own original material from right here in northeastern Pennsylvania. Lobo, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good to see you again.
Yep.
Getting ready to rock and roll back at Breakers in a couple weeks with Dani-elle.
I know. I'm excited. These shows have been so great.
Still getting great feedback about the Appnel show from 2 weeks ago. So
I mean, it was great. Thanks to Fidelity Bank because they present the show, they sponsor it, so they do a great job. They support us here every Sunday night and the live events, and they always come out and say hi at the events. So it's really great.
Been coming and hanging out with us, and got to meet some of the folks from there. So big shout to them. Tonight's show here on Sunday is a little bit different. I'm going to premiere a couple of songs tonight from Fuel, and you might be wondering, Fuel, aren't they a big national act? I thought you did regional stuff here. Well, I think a lot of people might have forgotten this, but Fuel actually launched out of Pennsylvania. I saw Fuel at Jitterbugs in Edwardsville in like 1995, 96, something like that, when they were, on their way up right before they got signed. They recently did a show here in the Poconos a couple of weeks ago, and I heard it was such a great show.
Yeah.
A mutual friend of ours who used to work here at Mohegan Sun, Don Randazzo, is a friend with the guys from Fuel.
Okay.
And she said, Alan, have you heard the new Fuel record? I said, actually, no, I have not. And she said, you really need to hear it. And so I gave it a listen, and I thought, this is a band that has some strong regional ties that have played here in the region for years, not only just recently, but when they were a baby band on the way up. And so we're going to play a couple tracks from the band tonight. This one is from the new record. It's called Puppet Strings. This one's called Yeah.
Streaming right up my back. Didn't know how to say it, how I felt that day. I know you heard me and you were gonna pay. This song's for you and how you done me wrong. Never thought it'd be this hard trying to sing this song. Now who's got the tries, who's got the tears, who's now facing all their fears? Me being gone was long overdue. Tables are turned, boy, the joke's on you. Who's now facing all their fears? Me being gone was long overdue. Tables are turned, boy, the joke's on you. Never thought it'd be this hard trying to sing this song. Who's got the tries? Who's got the tears? Who's now facing all their fears? Me being gone was long overdue. Tables are turned, boy, the joke's on you. Now who's got the tries? Who's got the tears? Who's now facing all their fears? Me being gone was long overdue. Tables are turned, boy, the joke's on you. The joke's on you, boy.
Dani-elle here on Music on the Menu on the River with a song called Joke's on You. And before that, new music from Fuel, a song called I'm going to play another song or two from Fuel throughout the show tonight because I said at the top of the program, new record and a band that has some nice, strong regional ties. You know, obviously they've gone through a big transition with members changing. Bret still singing and leading the band. And I thought that here in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, they deserved a shout with this record because they were playing here. You know, they're rooted from Tennessee, if I remember doing the story. They moved to Pennsylvania in the mid-'90s because of what was happening with bands like Live and the Badleys, and they saw bands from Pennsylvania. You know, this is before Breaking Band.
Wow.
Yeah. So this was more in a reaction to Live. There was a band from the Stroudsburg area, I think, called Solution AD that got a record deal. So you had three bands from Pennsylvania.
Was the other one Tool? Was Tool one of them, or
no? Tool was I think they may have been based from California, but the Pennsylvania, central Pennsylvania music scene in the mid-'90s was very good, and Fuel actually moved here to become a part of it, and it worked because they got hooked up with Media 5 Entertainment. Greg Epler, I believe, took a big interest in them for Media 5, and Carl Bell was the principal songwriter at the time, wrote some great songs, and boom, you know, they were a very big band. I saw them open for Van Halen.
Oh wow!
At the old Spectrum down in Philadelphia. So, or maybe it was a new one. It may have been the Wachovia Center or the Wells Fargo Center, but big, the 20,000 seater in Philly. Great stuff. And so throughout the show tonight, we're going to premiere some more stuff from Fuel. And Dani-elle, who we just played, of course, will be with us at Breakers as part of the Music on the Menu original music series. That'll be coming up in about 3 weeks. This is the guy who played last time, just about 2 weeks ago, and really hit it out of the park. Eddie Appnel, Maybe Never Mind.
sleeping, 'cause it's all that I can do. Still sleeping, but I'm doing it for you. Don't you wanna run away someplace where everybody smiles all the time? Is it so strange to think that we could leave this whole far behind? Maybe, 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 never mind. Maybe, never mind. Oh, and I'm dreaming, 'cause it's all that I can do. Still dreaming of the time I spent with you. And I'm slipping into a finer peace of mind. Still dripping from our very last time. Don't you wanna run away someplace where everybody smiles all the time? It ain't so strange to think that we could leave this world far behind. Maybe, 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 never mind. Maybe, never mind. If I should rise, I know I'd turn you inside out. But I'm too tired, too weak, too sad. I don't wanna talk about it. Never mind, never mind, never mind. Maybe never mind, never mind, never mind. Maybe never mind. I'm dreaming. Well, that's all that I can do. But I'm freezing while I'm lying next to you. And I'm sleeping, still sleeping. Never mind, never mind, never mind. Maybe never mind, never mind, never mind. Maybe never mind.
We came in walking like a tornado. Them boys were talking. Man, check out those stilettos. Oh, their heads started spinning. We were bringing sexy back in. And babe, there's never no harm in some ladies loving living. Hey, call us criminal, we'll drive you crazy. So don't just sit there, honey, get up on your feet. I say you only live this life once, so don't be a stick in the mud. Come on and help, yeah. Well, babe, we're barely trying, but boy, there's no denying. When the ladies take the time to make their beautiful shine, you can't control the lions. I got all my pearls, spun me a few curls. Sugar, I can feel you staring, know you're liking what I'm wearing. Just forget about the issues, baby, and leave all other Carol. Hey, call me criminal, you're coming down with me. So don't just sit there, honey, get up on your feet. I say you only live this life once, so don't be a stick in the mud. Come on and help, Got me a fuente, baby, light me up. Esta noche me llamo señorita. I'm not here for your hand, just wanna dance while I can still stand. Go on and rustle me up, my favorite margarita. Babe, I make a real good friend who's watching. I don't give a damn, haters, go get bent. What, hey! Call us criminal, let's drive them crazy. So don't just sit there, honey, get up on your feet.
much more someday. Did I miss the killing time? I look at all the times I should have walked away. I look at all the times I should have cared. Now I'm looking out for a soul to preach to. What I'm searching for is just some world away. Fell into a foreign haze. The mirrors never show my eyes. Bought up in a cloud for days. I look at all the times I should have walked away. I look at all the times I couldn't care. Now I'm looking out for a soul to preach to. What I'm searching for is just a world away. Can't you see the dead's alive? Read the blood between the lines and I'll be there. Can't you feel me petrified? Pull me in and show reality for me. It's only just a dream. I look at all the times I never cared. Now I'm looking out for a soul to preach to. What I'm searching for is just a world away. Now I'm looking out for a soul to preach to. What I'm searching for is just a world away.
Fuel here on Music on the Menu on the River with a song called Soul to Preach. Before that, Shannon Marsyada, a great song called Stick in the Mud, and we kicked off the block with Eddie Appnel, Maybe Never Mind. We've been premiering some stuff here on the show tonight from Fuel, from their record Puppet Strings, and you know, I've had a lot of memories of Fuel. One of them I remember, Lobo, was I interviewed the former member Carl Bell, and I usually do my interviews at the newspaper at work, at the newspaper. But once in a while, you know, the artist wasn't available. They were on tour, and so they would ask if you could do it in the evening or if you could do it on the weekend. And I think I had already interviewed Carl a couple times. So I interviewed him on, I guess it was a Saturday afternoon, and everything was going down with Bill Clinton at the time with Monica.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if it was the day that he actually said, you know, oh, I did not have relations with that woman. I don't know if it was that day.
That was an impression.
It's not a bad Bill. Or if it was when they were, you know, the hearings when they were going to impeach him. But anyway, I remember getting on the phone with Carl, and he was like, are you watching this? And I'm like, yeah, I'm watching it too. You know, this is crazy. You know, so here I am talking with, you know, at that time, the principal songwriter in Fuel about how the president was pretty hot water. None of that made it into the interview, obviously. Another funny fuel story I was thinking of was when they opened up for Van Halen down in Philly. I had a black convertible at the time, and I was driving down 476, and I got pulled over.
Of course you did.
And I was going a little too fast. And I had a press pass on around my neck because I was going to cover the show for the Times Leader. And the guy pulls me over, and, typical, what's the hurry, buddy? And I was like, well, actually, I need to get to the Spectrum, or the Wells Fargo Center. He's like, well, what's going on down there? Well, I told him the truth. There was a local band that's opening for Van Halen. And he goes, who? And I said, it's a band called Fuel, and they're really good, and they're from Pennsylvania. He goes, well, what part of Pennsylvania? I said, oh, down by Harrisburg, York. And he's like, that's where I'm from. Let me go. I said, go. Get over there. Give the boys a good write-up.
Well, now forever you can say that Fuel got you out of a ticket.
They absolutely did. So thank you, Fuel. So, I mean, there is a great connection to Fuel here in this region, and, we've been playing some great new stuff from the night. We're going to play another one a little bit later on in the show, too. Here's one from Kate. She's here all the time. She lives here. This one's called Pieces of You.
was a kid, my dreams were bigger than me. When I stood 4'1", my dreams could clear 6 feet. When I was a kid, oh, when I was a kid, there was no mountain too high. Well, I could scale that thing in a blink of an eye. When I was a kid, oh, somewhere along the way, I lost sight of yesterday. There was a time in my life nothing stood in my way. When I was a kid, there was no make-believe, because the strength that I had meant believing in me. When I was a kid, oh, when I was a kid, I knew I'd conquer the land, with a sling at my side and a stone in my hand. When I was a kid, oh, somewhere along the way, I lost sight of yesterday. There was a time in my life nothing stood in my way. When I was a kid, oh, somewhere along the way, I lost sight of yesterday. There was a time in my life nothing stood in my way. When I was a kid, the dreams run wild, life without a care, wrapped inside a child. Oh, somewhere along the way, I lost sight of yesterday. There was a time in my life nothing stood in my way. When I was a kid, oh, somewhere along the way, I lost sight of yesterday. There was a time in my life nothing stood in my way. When I was a kid, there was a time in my life nothing stood in my way. When I was a kid, there was a time in my life nothing stood in my way. When I was a kid.
Jared Campbell here on Music on the Menu on the River with a song called When I Was a Kid. That's a new one from Jared. He just sent my way recently. Jared's a wonderful singer-songwriter, artist from Binghamton, New York area, just about an hour up the road. So I certainly consider him regional. And he did some shows here in the Wilkes-Barre area quite a bit. About 10 years ago, he's opened up some gigs for the Badleys. He did a live album that he recorded at the Waterfront, which is now called the River Grill.
He did the Luzerne County Fair, I think, like 2 years ago. He opened up for one of the bands that was playing.
I think it was the Badleys again.
Yeah,
yeah. You know, Bret Alexander had produced his first record or two, and so I've stayed in touch with Jared over the years, and I really love his stuff. Before that, Kate, Pieces of You. She's been, that record goes back to 2004. I know Kate's been picking away at a new record for a while now. I'd love to get some new music.
Didn't she reissue that record, though? She did like a reprint?
She did. She did it within the last maybe 6 months or a year. It actually had sold out. Mm-hmm. And so she repressed it. I think she changed the artwork a little bit, but the tracks are the same. That record really holds up. I mean, you listen to those songs, that song Pieces of You, which we just heard, and it just sounds terrific. This next artist we're going to play is called Grace's Downfall, and they're going to be playing with us here at Breakers at Mohegan Sun as part of the Music on the Menu Live original music series. They're not our next artist. Our next artist is Dani-elle,
right,
who we played earlier in the show, but Grace's Downfall, as they say in baseball, is on deck. So
yeah, they're on deck.
They're in the on-deck circle, and they'll be coming in early September. So we're looking forward to that.
And they're going to have a new album out around
Took
then?
the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to say, they'll have a new album out right around that time. We're trying to coincide a lot of these shows with that. So Dustin Dravich, who will be coming in October, brand new record will be out in October, late September.
Dani-elle had a new one out this past...
Just a new one.
Yep.
Eddie Appnel just had a new record out this past winter.
Suze has a
Suze
new one
just
coming.
had a new record out right before it. So, you know, I have had some questions from people. How are you picking the artists? How do we get on? Guys, we only do 12 shows a year. The artists that we are choosing to play this music series are artists that we have gotten to know pretty well here on the show over the years, that we've played a lot of their material, that we know they could come up and do a great set of an hour worth of original material. That's kind of how it's working. And I'm also kind of trying to coincide it with a new release for the band because we really want to help the bands. And to do a high-profile radio show where you're going to be broadcast live on the radio is very helpful when you got a new record out. And so that's kind of how it's going. And these guys will be there in, I guess, about 6 weeks. Grace's Downfall, always the victim.
Whispers in the darkness, in a room with just yourself. The demons you released, you can't escape this life of a living hell. And there's no rhyme or reason for the person you've become. Conscience haunts the weakness in time you'll never overcome. And I know you're the one, always the victim, always the victim. A martyr with a gun, always the victim, playing the victim. King of contradiction, you wear two faces like a crown. Now split the fact from fiction. Here you lie with face down on the ground and play the great deceiver. Swallow my soul, I'll bleed you out. I can't comprehend this life you lead, this world of selfish doubt. And I know you're the one, always the victim, always the victim. A martyr with a gun, always the victim, playing the victim. When it all falls down, my friend, calm the blues through the air that you are breathing in. I know you're the one, always the victim, always the victim. In the deep surrender of your mind, apathy will never nullify tyranny. I will go out tonight, my fist against the sky. Too late to turn and run away. We the broken, we the people downtrodden. Greedy fingers on the trigger of the cat. So how far will you run to get away? I will stand up, I will stand up, I will be the change. Read, see that they have sown. Can't you see them taking all control? Not of me. I will go out tonight, my fist against the sky. Stand up with me and be the change. We the broken, we the people downtrodden. Greedy fingers on the trigger of the gun. So how far will you run to get away? I will stand up, I will stand up, I will be the change. I'm standing up, fighting government corruption. The way to make it stop is speaking from your heart. Revolution, whoa. Now even when I say the people make the change, stand up. Stand up! Hey, 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 hey. Stand up! Stand up! Stand up! We the broken, we the people downtrodden. Greedy fingers on the trigger of the guns. So how far will you run to get away? I will stand up, I will stand up, I will be the change. We the broken, we the people downtrodden. Greedy fingers on the trigger of the guns. So how far will you run to get away? I will stand up, I will stand up, I will be the change. I will stand up, I will stand up, I will face today.
Panacea here on Music on the Menu on the River with a song called We the Broken. And before that, Grace's Downfall, Always the Victim. Now, Lobo and I, we listen to the tunes while we're here doing the show. And so, because we love this music. And you just mentioned to me that you love that tune by Panacea.
Oh, I love that song. That's one of my favorite Panacea songs from their album, which is called We the Broken, I believe. And that song is just great. I used to sound check systems when I would do sound. Like when I was down in Hazleton High School, they got a brand new sound system down there. And the first time I was down there doing one of the musicals, I put this song on their system down there, and everyone in the gym was like, or in the auditorium was like, you know, we're doing a musical, right? Like, you don't need, I'm like, I just want to hear this song over the system.
Well, the production on the Panacea records was top notch. Of course, that was our friend Bret Alexander who produced those at Saturation Acres. Paul Young, great guitar
I love
sound.
Paul Young.
Just a very, very good band. Of course, Tim Farley was fronted that band. We've been playing stuff on the show from Tim's last 2 solo albums
I
all
miss
the
those
time.
guys.
But every once in a while, I need to dip back into the Panacea catalog because I agree. They were always one of the highlights of the old Concert for a Cause, too, at the end anyway.
Oh, yeah.
We did that show for 12 years. I think Panacea had played it maybe the last 3 or 4 and really, always brought it to the table. So good stuff. And again, continuing the show with Fuel, we played a couple of tracks earlier in the program, and I'm going to play you one more now. And just really thinking back about another Fuel story. This is kind of cool. I went down to see Paul Stanley of KISS. He did a solo show at the TLA back in 2006.
Do you tally those with your KISS concerts?
No, they're separate.
Okay.
My KISS concerts are at about 34. My KISS-related concerts, which include Ace, Peter, and Paul's solo shows, puts me up into maybe about 42, 43 shows.
Cheers.
So that's like an entire month and a half of your life, pretty much, was, when you think about it that way, the day evolved around a KISS show. And one of them was in Philly, and it was at the TLA. It was 2006. And there's this guy standing next to me. He looks familiar. And it's Bret from Fuel. And he's checking out, Paul. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. He's a Paul fan, nice. But he was probably checking out Paul, but he was actually there for the opening band. The band was called Slunt, and his wife was in the band. And that's why he was there. So I thought, how cool is that? So we chatted for a minute. He remembered me from doing some stories about them in the 90s. At that point, I hadn't seen him in a while. And I stood there for a little while watching his wife's band with Bret Scallion. So a lot of nice connections with this band, and they're coming to me as we do the show tonight. Here's another one from the new record, a song called Hey Mama.
Hey mama, would you give a little bit of your time to me? I said, mama, would you give a little bit of your time to me? 'Cause I've been standing here for so long, waiting for your love to cover me. I said, mama, would you give a little bit of your company? I said, mama, would you give a little bit of your company? let me go, don't want to be here, don't want to love you anymore. No, let me go, I want to leave here, I want to go away and find myself again. Why did you hurt me? Why did you use me and set me out to dry? I have things you'll never take from me, I keep them buried way down deep inside. Let me tell you, you're a love killer, love killer. You're a heart stealer, heart stealer. You stole the stars right out of the heavenly sky and made the night go black. Let me go, I don't want to sleep here, I don't want to kiss you anymore. Nah, let me go, I want to leave here, I want to run away and find myself again. Why did you hurt me? Why did you use me and set me out to dry? I have things you'll never take from me, 'cause I keep them buried way down deep inside. Let me tell you, you're a love killer, love killer. You're a heart stealer, heart stealer. You stole the stars right out of the heavenly sky and made the night go black. Why did you hurt me? Why did you use me and set me out to dry? I have things you'll never take from me, 'cause I keep them buried way down deep inside. Let me tell you, you're a love killer, love killer. You're a heart stealer, heart stealer. You stole the stars right out of the heavenly sky and made the night go black. Love killer, you're a heart stealer. You made a grown man cry.
Randazzo here on Music on the Menu on the River with a song called Let Me Go. It's a little funky intro on that, you know. Cool stuff.
It reminds me of one of my favorite rock bands that I like.
Who was that you were just mentioning while we were listening to it?
The Pretty Reckless?
Pretty Reckless.
Yeah, it's a female, one of my favorite female-fronted rock groups. I have a couple of them. They're pretty good. Their album's been pretty high on the record lists out there. I think they're touring around as well. Mm-hmm. It's actually Taylor Momsen. If you remember The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, the little girl with the Cindy Lou Who,
yeah,
that's her. She's the lead singer for that band.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And they're fantastic. They're a good, hard female rock group.
Santa, why are you stealing our Christmas tree?
Yep, her.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. That's actually the lead singer.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. And another thing, the girl from All in the Family that was on the show in the 70s, the late 70s, there was the adopted niece. She was in a band. She was in a pretty big band for a while. I forget what they're Fine Young. I can't remember the name of the band, but it's so interesting, these little pop culture tidbits that you learn sometime. Did not know that Cindy Lou Who had a band.
A rock band.
A rock band. And before that, we heard Fuel, Hey Mama, which is just a great song from a great new record. We played 3 new tracks from the record tonight. We played Yeah, we played Sold, Preach To, and of course, Hey Mama. Check out the new Fuel record. If you're a fan, they're back. They're back on tour. They've got a great new record out, and so we'd like to support that. I also want to give another shout to Fidelity Bank for supporting
making all
us
this
here.
possible.
Making
yeah.
all this here. They're supporting Sundays here with Music on the Menu. They're supporting First Tuesday of the Month at Breakers with Music on the Menu Live, the original music series. So big shout to them. I went down to the other side at Bart in Irby's, not
The
this
other
weekend,
side.
but the weekend before, and I saw Gentleman East. Did a big story about them for the Weekender. Fantastic. Bret Alexander's in the band, Paul Smith, Ron Tomasic from the Badleys, Aaron Fink from Breaking Benjamin, all-star band, great new music. Hopefully we'll have some new music from them in the fall. But in the meantime, here's the song that they take their name from, Bret Alexander, Gentleman East. We'll catch you next week.
Feel a 2-block shadow, and they're messing with your telephone. And the same damn Chrysler's passed your place 6 times in 1 hour. And your contacts run to Rolling Stone in the middle of a falling rain, just before the rumble of the train. Black dog howls directly on your blue light curtain veiled terrain, and all the women that you deal with are decayed, oust, and Halston, and their rivers flow to muddy veins in the middle of a falling rain, just before the rumble of the train. Sense of time goes hungry, and the bricks of belladonnas fall, and your runner's nailed by a canine team on I-95. But solid recourse cannot leave these walls. When broken kids play worn-out records, and the scratch hits harder when they